Wonderful. A very happy Purnami, everyone. A very happy full moon. The full moon is already up in the sky. We can see clearly, at least in Bangalore, it's very clear. On this auspicious occasion of full moon, so many changes will happen in the nature on this day. There will be an enhanced cosmic energy flow, and meditating at this time on this auspicious day will give multiplied benefits. Thank you everyone for joining this session once again, and welcome. There are already about 20 people on this call. Okay, very interesting question, and quite a few of you try to answer it in your own way. Nothing wrong, it's all about your experience. Why we can't focus? Before we talk about attention, let us notice, where is your attention right now? For contemplation, we had that question, why we can't focus, and quite a few of you try to answer. Others can think about it, contemplate on it, why we can't focus, why the mind gets distracted. Let's notice, where is your attention currently in this moment? Is it steady or already moving? It's an experiential session, not an intellectual one. So if you are doing anything else, please stop it for the next 1 hour so that you can make the best use of this time. Anyone would like to share if the attention is currently steady or has it already started moving?
We're trying to steady. So. Trying to steady.
Okay. All right. So this practice itself creates immediate self-awareness. Right? The moment we start tracking that attention, noticing the movement of the attention, that itself makes it steady. And there is immediate self-awareness. And notice if there is a tendency to get distracted. Is there anything that is attracting your attention so that the attention is getting distracted? Why does the mind get distracted? And to where does it get distracted? This is the key question for today's session. Let's explore. So different people provided different answers. Anyone would like to share any quick thoughts? Why does the mind get distracted, and to where does it get distracted? Sumanji, you wanted to say something?
Yes, sir. Now my mind is steady. Completely my attention is to the class and to your voice. But maybe I'll get a WhatsApp message or maybe one ring and all come. Maybe I may get distracted. So that sound or buzz may give me a craving, like, is there any important message? So in that maybe I get distracted, but at least I'm committing next half an hour key. I'll not see message also already.
Yeah, wonderful example, Sumanji. So whenever the mobile rings or makes some sound, immediately attention goes there, the mind gets distracted, attention goes there, and then the things will change. We might pick up the mobile and start looking at it, without our any intention. Attention just gets hijacked. Any other thoughts? Any other examples? What anyone would like to share, please?
Yeah, I have something to share. I think the mind also gets distracted when there's something in the past that is pleasing and that you want to, revisit in your mind. So somehow, unwillingly, you feel the mind is going back to that episode and revisiting it. Especially if it's an episode where you have felt good about it. So I don't know whether it's just the ego trying to, pull that memory back. But yeah, that's what I felt like. It's just because you felt good at that point, and it's just the mind, bringing back those memories and trying to drag your thoughts there.
Yeah, wonderful example, Diaz. Yeah, it
Absolutely.
happens with
Yeah,
all of
Ram.
us, right? Suddenly some memory thing pops up and the mind gets attracted towards it. Attention moves there to the past or to the future. Yeah, wonderful. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, Ramakrishna ji, please.
Yeah, I think we'll never end until life ends. This keep going. Only the attention can helps. Other thing, I've been experiencing from many years. With this never go like never end. This keep going until only like you need to inquire yourself and keep moving.
Yeah, it is never ending process and it's all happening automatically. Very well said, Ramakrishna ji. All right. So, all valid points. Let us see today, get into the details of it, why the mind gets distracted, and to where exactly does it get distracted to. Here it is. There are two sets of things. The first one, the mind is seeking for something that is a stimulation, that stimulates it, that is attractive to it. Or it seeks for something which is instantly rewarding, which feels good instantly. Or if there is anything new, any novelty is there, towards such things, immediately the attention gets attracted to. It gets pulled towards such things. And it gets pushed, it avoids what things? The things that are boring, right? That are monotonous, just like delay, waiting, etc. And from the things that require a lot of effort and the things that are discomfort in this moment. So mind tries to avoid such things automatically and it gets attracted towards whatever stimulates it, rewards it, whatever feels like something new, something interesting, something curious. And attention doesn't wander by accident. It's not by accident. There is a definite reason for it to wander, definite cause for it to wander. It could be internal, it could be external, but there is a cause. So, this movement of attention from discomfort, effort, or delay-based activities, tasks, towards whatever is novelty, rewarding, stimulus, this movement of attention, we call it as distraction. So, in other words, it moves towards whatever is pleasurable and away from whatever is uncomfortable. Isn't it? All right, so there is a continuous movement of attention. It is not one time. And a kind of if we take yogic words, it moves towards whatever is raga and away from whatever is dvesha. It's not literal dvesha, because dvesha is also very attractive. Whatever is discomfort to it, we can say that. Right? All right. So, as part of today's session, we'll go through these things. Distraction, whatever we talked about, and then something called instant gratification, multitasking, and ADHD. Why the mind keeps switching, distracting? Once again, that question. Any other thoughts? We did
There must be
discuss.
some keyword. There's some keyword which is connected to a memory, which will trigger a sidetracking mind,
Yes.
which
Yes.
will just take you away from the topic. Yeah.
Yes.
Like
Some
now you said
keyword
raga,
that
dvesha, so you're
triggers the
remembering it.
memory, and again it gets attracted to that particular part of memory. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, wonderful. Any other thoughts, please?
The mind is a habit, like it is a or like it is a functionality of the mind, or
Yes. Yeah, definitely. We'll take a few examples, interesting examples. It's like Sumanji gave an example earlier today. See, there is mobile phone. When you are working, suddenly you feel the urge to check your phone, just to see if there are any messages. Nothing serious about it, but just a tendency to see the message. Not because something important is there, but because it gives a quick hit of stimulation. Right? Another example, binge watching. I intend to watch one episode, and another one will come, and yet another will come, one after the other. Even when you are tired, you just continue to watch, because the next episode gives some kind of instant engagement. All those episodes are designed in such a way that there is some kind of engagement from one episode to other episode. Another one, a kind of food cravings. Whenever you feel like hungry, choosing junk food, which is easier to grab, which is more attractive, immediate taste. And notifications and messages. Even when we are sitting in the office or in the home using mobile or laptop messaging, many a times we respond quickly to instant messages and not to the emails, because it gives us some kind of a quick social reward, feeling connected or validated. Right? Instantly there will be some kind of a response. We don't prioritize. We simply respond to everything, even if it is not so important. And avoiding deep work, switching from a kind of difficult task to something easier, because there is an immediate relief from that discomfort. And a kind of impulsive buying. We don't need the things, but still there is a tendency to buy. Going into Amazon shopping cart, and then a kind of tendency, just let me see what new dresses have arrived, what new items are there, what discounts are there. Even though we don't need something immediately, still we end up buying. It gives a short-term excitement. That sound, that payment sound and all, it gives some kind of excitement. It may lead to long-term regret, that's different, but short-term excitement is there. So this pattern of instant gratification, immediately getting the things, some kind of reward, some kind of fulfillment, short-term pleasures. Because of these reasons, something called instant gratification. This is called instant gratification. So, this instant gratification, what exactly it is? It is the tendency to seek immediate pleasure or reward rather than waiting for a better long-term benefit. We are working for a long-term benefit in all aspects of our lives, but we get distracted. We tend to distract ourselves towards whatever is pleasurable, whatever is immediately rewarding or impulsive. Instant gratification. In short, I want it now. Whatever feels good. That hormone, you call, what is that hormone? Instant gratification hormone?
Dopamine.
Dopamine, right, right. We need that hormone. What's happening underneath? The mind prefers quick rewards over delayed ones. It needs instant stimulation, engagement, impulsiveness. It avoids waiting, boring tasks, effort-based tasks, or discomforts. It is driven by the pull of something better might be available right now. Instant gratification trains the mind to escape effort and from the present moment. Instant gratification itself is not the problem. The problem is our inability to stay in that phase of whatever is discomfort, whatever is the other things, no, whatever we're pulling away, pulling the attention away. Those three items, it tries to escape from them. Be it here, delay, right, waiting period, and the effort. Discomfort, delay, and effort. Wherever these things are there, and when we are carrying on with our lives, the mind is unable to be in with them, with these three aspects. In other words, the gap. There is a gap between effort and reward, right? And in that gap, there may be the three things. That is discomfort, there is a waiting period, right? Effort. Those gaps, can the mind sustain them? Can it still continue to be what it was doing even when those conditions exist? That is the growth where it happens. Only when the mind continues in that phase, the growth happens. Otherwise, there will be deviation.
Ji, I think
Gratification.
we
Yeah,
trained. I think we trained my mind such a way that from the childhood, so that I think so. It is very difficult. Like age, like from the childhood, like assume that from the age of 8, like we started trained like that. It around goes into 30 years, then it's very habit like. It is, I think.
yeah, definitely. Right, right. So it just tries to avoid those three or four items. Be it discomfort, be it effort-based or boring, immediately it tries to switch, even though it knows that I need to continue in that phase. But attention moves quickly out of habit, as Ramakrishna ji said. We are trained to work in that way. Right. All right, another one. Okay, there was an interesting question regarding multitasking. Is it real or a myth? Most of you, I think 30 people said it is real and they can do it. And just a couple of them said it's not real. And one or two of you said, don't know. All right. Ready for the experiment, a demo? So need your complete involvement. If it is possible, you can turn on the videos, please, and get involved into the experiment so that you will understand it practically. It's not about whether it is a myth or a real. It is experientially understanding it. Otherwise, if it just becomes a bookish knowledge. Ready for the demo? All set? It's you who will be doing multitasking now. If you are ready, I'll start. With full attentiveness, because you are doing multitasking. An experiment. Just a second. I will have a timer and there will be 2 tasks provided. Let us see who will complete them quickly and in how many seconds. Ready? All set? Okay, I have a stopwatch. Here is the question. See, how many names do you see on the screen? Participants' names. 4, 5? Can somebody say, please?
Sir, 6, 7.
6, 7. Okay, let us take only 5. Okay, only 5 will take. Here is the thing. From 100 counting backwards with -3 every time. Backward from 100 by 3s. 100, 97, 94, etc. Okay. And then how many will be there totally?
33.
33 will be there, right?
Yeah. Yes.
And then you have 5 names here. Once you complete 33, then you will have to go through the names. You will have to say them loudly. Sumanji, Ramkrishnaji, Rupaji, Hamsini, just first name is enough. Yoga Pranayamaji. 5 is over. Like that, 6 times it needs to be repeated. Okay. How much it becomes? 30. 5 into 3. Pick up any 5 names. Okay. First, now itself you decide 5 names. Repeat it 6 times. Remember, 6 times you have to repeat it. Same names. And then additional 3 more names. That makes it 33. Okay. First 3 names only once. 5 names 6 times. 33. So, here is the challenge. You will have to count backward from 100, reducing every time by 3, 100, 97, 94, 91, like that, okay, without using the calculator. And then after completing, right, wherever it comes to, last number, after completing the entire sequence, you will be looking at the screen and saying the name. Diya ji, Ramkrishna ji, Rupa ji, Hamsini ji, Yoga ji. Diya ji, Ramkrishna ji, Rupa ji, Hamsini ji, Yoga ji. 6 times. Okay? Plus 3 names. Diya ji, Ramkrishna ji, Rupa ji on my screen. Okay? So whatever is visible on your screen, first name only. How many times? 33 times. And then the stop, then the watch, the stop clock stops. Understood? Don't start it now. I'll give indication. First, requirements are understood.
Sir, little bit confusion.
The
First, we have to
names.
tell the names or first numbers, then name.
First numbers
Okay.
from 100 to
How many numbers?
100 to 1, madam.
Only one.
100 to 1.
Reverse 100, 97, 94 like that. With a gap of
Till?
3. Till
Till
1.
one.
Till 0, 1, wherever it ends.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay.
And the names, how many
Names,
times?
whatever the 5 names you see on the
first
screen.
five. The first 5, okay.
The first 5 names on the screen 6 times.
Okay.
Okay. All 5 names will be repeating 6 times plus 3 additional names. Because
these
you
names.
want to make it 33.
Any names or the names on the screen again?
In names on the screen.
Okay.
Because that becomes easier. You can look at the screen and say the names.
Thank you.
Okay, ready? Shall I? Okay, I'll give indication and then you can start. Anyone has doubts about it? You will start from 100 and go on counting 100, 97, 94, 91 like that. Make sure you are not making mistake. Okay, and then you will, after reaching 1, you will start saying the names loudly 6 times. Totally it becomes 30 plus 3 more names, 33. All set? Okay. It starts now. 3, 2, 1, start.
100, 97, 94.
91, 80, 84, 76, 73, 70, 67, 60, 61, 59, 50, 59, 56, 58, 50, 47, 44, 41, 38, 35, 30, 30, 26, 23, 20.
Vidya, Aruna, Ramakrishna, Hamsini, Diya. Vidya, Aruna, Ramakrishna, Hamsini, Diya. Vidya, Aruna, Krishna, Hamsini, Diya. Vidya, Aruna, Ramakrishna, Hamsini, Diya. Vidya, Aruna, Ramakrishna, Hamsini, Diya. Vidya, Aruna, Ramakrishna, Hamsini, Diya. Roma, Nandini, Rani. Complete.
Over.
Sir, complete.
Over.
Sir, you are on mute.
Who else completed, please? Vidata completed it in 158.
Complete.
Yes.
Pallavi, is it completed?
Yes.
Okay, 225. Who else? Divyaji, 225. Okay. Who else? Monaji, 240. Who else?
Amy.
Arati ji, Premi
Yes.
ji, 250. Who else? Ji? So, okay, I noted down few names. All right, we'll stop here. So I heard Ivy Dattaji completing first, 1 minute 58 seconds. Pallavi ji, Divya ji, I think they completed at about 2 minutes 25 seconds, probably a little early also. Mona ji, Premi ji, around 240, 250. So they indicated earlier, it seems, but I noticed them little late. So I'll reduce the numbers by about 10 seconds. 15, 15, 30, 40. Okay. All right. Now, all are very good with multitasking, right?
Well,
Let us be more attentive towards it. Now multitasking starts. How to do the same? Exactly same, everything. How to do it? You will say 100. You will say first name. You will say 97. You will say second name. You will say 94, third name, 91, fourth name, 88, fifth name, 85, again first name. Right? Multitasking experts, right? Okay. All right, all set. It'll be fun. Let me know, give the thumbs up once you are ready. You can start.
Sorry, I joined late. What name?
Yes, Sivakumarji, I think we all almost completed. Second round is going on. No worries, we'll do again for Kannada. Okay, all set. We'll start. 3, 2, 1, go.
100 Shoma, 97 Vidya, 94 Aruna, 91 Ramakrishna, 88 Hamshini, 85 Shoma, 82 Vidya, 79 Ramakrishna, 76 Hamshini, 73 Shiv Kumar, 70 Shoma, 67 Vidya, 64 Aruna, 61 Ramakrishna, 58 Shiv Kumar, 55 Vidya, 52 Aruna, 49 Ramakrishna, 46 Hamshini, 43 Shiv Kumar, 40 Vidya, 37 Aruna, 34 Ramakrishna, 31 Hamshini, 29 Shiv Kumar, 26 Vidya, 23 Aruna, 20 Ramakrishna, 17 Hamshini, 14 Shiv Kumar, 11 Vidya, 8 Aruna, 4 Ramakrishna, 1 Hamshini.
done, sir.
Wonderful, wonderful. Who else completed, please? Anybody else? Ivy, Datta, and then Sumanji completed. Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, let's go back to the topic. What do you feel about multitasking now? Which one was easier?
We are going very slow, sir.
Multitasking was very slow. Okay. What else did you notice?
The only thing is we had
More
to
concentration.
attention was easier with respect to the first task. Second task was like we're just switching, scheduling from attention as it moves from here to here. So constant switching was happening from task 1 to task 2 and henceforth. That was what has happened. So more distraction in the second case, more attentive in the first.
Divyaji,
Yes.
you were saying something?
More
Yes, correct.
concentration you need for multitasking.
More concentration is required for multitasking. Ivy, Dattaji, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, yes, the same thing. The concentration is more required for the second one.
Okay. Does that mean more effort is required?
Yes,
Oh.
of course.
Okay. All right. So, insights. You didn't multitask. What you did was you switched the tasks
Jumbling.
every time. The mind was not doing both at the same time. It was switching back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Because we just have only one brain, which is sequential processor. It's a single processor. It's not multi-processor brain. It can process one task at a time. What is happening is there is rapid switching of tasks, which appears like we are doing it at the same time. The brain doesn't really multitask. From a cognitive science perspective, what we call multitasking is actually a rapid task switching. And each switch has some cost associated with it. What is that cost? Reduces our efficiency, increases errors, incomplete tasks. Many times we don't complete the task. It drains our mental energy, increases stress. We did this experiment only for 2 minutes, but still so much of energy was required. Imagine the mind tries to do multitasking for 10 to 12 hours. All the time it is trying to work on multiple things. How much energy it might be draining. We think that we are adding value, but indirectly we are losing a lot of efficiency, making a lot of mistakes on the way, and draining our mental energy and getting unnecessary stress, putting unnecessary stress on the brain. Now, mindfulness comes into picture. It's not about forcing focus. It's about reducing unnecessary switching as far as possible. We have to switch from one task to another, but trying to reduce it as much as possible, completing a task and then picking up something else, completing it, again picking up something else. The brain will say thank you to you. Similarly, we have another one. For some people, these patterns, right, of instant gratification. We need immediate rewards, right? Distraction, attention switching. These are not occasional. It is constantly happening. That is called attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. It's a neurodevelopmental disorder that affects how the brain grows and works. It's associated with patterns of inattention, hyperactivity, and impulsivity. There's always hyperactivity, doing many things, and there is no proper attention on anything. And there is impulsivity of switching from one task to another very quickly. And there is difficulty in regulating attention because there is inattention and the attention shifts, very frequent attention shifts, hyperactivity, restlessness, and then impulsivity. And there are people who have hyper focus also within this category. If it is called getting in the zone. If they can get into some zone, they focus intensely on activities they find very interesting, like playing mobile games or watching some serial movie. If they get involved, they don't understand anything what is happening in the outside world. That's hyper focus.
Expectation.
Sorry, somebody was saying something.
Expectation.
Okay. In ADHD, it's not just a distraction. The problem is choosing what deserves attention. That's the problem. Because attention is a limited resource. But we go on getting distracted because of small things also, which are not required. Right? It is like everything feels important or nothing holds attention. And it is very much closely related to ADHD. It feels like they are doing multitasking because they are always seeking for some stimulation, avoiding monotonous tasks, and dopamine dynamics, as you said, one of you, right? Mini rewards. Always need that dopamine hormone getting triggered. So connecting the dots. There were distractions, multitasking is happening, instant gratification is happening, which leads to something called even up to ADHD, that is the highest level. From distraction to presence. Distraction shows us the switching of attention. Multitasking shows us the cost of switching. Instant gratification shows us why we keep shifting. And ADHD shows us what happens when this becomes persistent, continuous. Let us pause and ask ourselves, how do I force the focus? It's not about how forcing the focus. It is how do I relate differently to my attention? Because attention is a very limited resource. We can be attentive only on one thing at a time. This is the theme for the day. Paying attention on purpose with curiosity and care, because attention is the gateway to experience. Wherever attention goes, it shapes the experience. If there is no attention, no experience. I am sitting here in this hall. There are many things in this hall. If I look at the wall in front of me, my experience completely changes. If I look at the window, it's altogether different experience. If I look at my laptop or mobile, it's entirely new experience. If I close my eyes, look inside, completely different experience. What's happening? Even though I am sitting in the same room, the experience is different. The only thing that is making difference is attention. Wherever attention goes, it shapes the experience. So what I am today, now, is all because I paid attention to certain things in my life since my childhood. Right? because it is the gateway to experience. And why attention? It shapes our experience, as we discussed. What happens if we don't pay attention intentionally? If our minds are left to wander, habits take over, and we just attend to whatever we are habituated to. Even if it is unhelpful, we just go on attending to other tasks based on our habit pattern. And we attend to whatever is able to attract our attention. For example, it could be social media. Behind social media, behind the reels, behind most of these big organizations, big techs, there are neurologists, psychologists working. They're called attention scientists. Those attention scientists' job is to make sure you look at something and get carried away with it. And they will decide where your attention should go next. You will go on clicking. You may end up shopping and coming out without any intention of shopping. So let us be cautious. There are attention engineers, attention scientists everywhere who are trying to grab our attention, because attention is very important resource everyone has. It is highly underrated, but that is the one which is shaping our experience and our lives. Attention is like a muscle. It can be trained. That is a good thing about it. Mindfulness. Can we be aware of this attention, where it is in this moment to moment? Can we follow the attention? How the attention is moving from one task to another task, from one experience to another experience, moment to moment, how exactly it moves. Noticing the shifting of the attention and then returning the attention intentionally where I want it to be, instead of allowing it to wander wherever it wants to. That's intelligence, right? Mind wandering, automatically mind wanders, versus intentional focus, intentionally bringing the attention to where I want it to be. Practice. Focusing on the breath, noticing mind wandering, and returning gently. Can we practice for a few minutes? These are called attention practices. Mindfulness is not just about focusing, it's about knowing where your attention is and where it is not in this moment and moment to moment. It's not about forcing the focus, it is about reducing unnecessary switching, that multitasking. If it is required, let us switch, but not unnecessarily switching. And this mindfulness doesn't remove desire for reward. Okay? It gives us the capacity to stay present until the deeper reward emerges, until the actual reward emerges, not instant gratification. That's the training we are giving to our mind, to our brain.
The attention with inquiry or just only attention?
Yeah, with inquiry is better because it gives a kind of more attentiveness.
Or will not sit in the subconscious, no? In that case.
No. Otherwise, we will not know if there is no inquiry. Many times the mind cheats us. It thinks it is paying attention, but actually it is not paying attention.
Okay.
So here are the things. First, focusing the attention, number one, on something. So for example, we are taking breath as an example, as an object. Our intention is to protect the flame of our attention of the breath, attention on the breath. After some time, getting distracted. Not fighting the distraction, but understanding that distraction has happened and it begins to dissolve. How the distraction happens the moment we start understanding how the attention moves. Distraction is nothing but movement of attention, right? And then becoming aware of distraction. Noticing that wandering or the movement of the attention. Recognizing it is the beginning of freedom. Simply noticing, recognizing, yes, the mind has wandered. That is the beginning of freedom. And then gently returning the attention. The goal here is not perfect focus, but gentle returning whenever needed, whenever the attention moves away. So this is building attention control, and this is how attention practices work psychologically. It's as per modern psychology. Any questions on this, please? Yeah, attention versus awareness. Awareness is about experience, right? Wherever attention goes, there the experience is shaped. Attention shapes the experience. If I move my attention to here, the experience is different. If I move my attention to here, my experience is different. And there, it is awareness of experiencing. So attention to experience, experience of awareness of that experience. So related, when I sit comfortably, moving the attention to breath, what does it mean? Noticing the breath. As Ramakrishna ji asked, inquiring if the breath is coming in this moment, or is it going out? This clarity, this gives clarity. Yes, breath is coming in this moment. I can feel it, sense it. It started going out. Again coming in. Feeling it, sensing it. Moment to moment. It is effortless awareness, not trying to change the breath in any way. The body is already breathing based on its requirements, based on its needs. We are simply observing the sensations of the breath, recognizing if the breath is coming in, going out in this moment, moment to moment. Suddenly a thought might pop up. Mind might get distracted. There may be movement of attention to something else. Not fighting this distraction or movement of the attention, but simply understanding it. Recognizing the mind has wandered. Becoming aware of it. The moment it is recognized, it feels like a freedom. noticing the instant gratification or the switching over, the distraction, the reason for distraction. Letting it be.
ಇವರು ಇವಾಗ ವಾರ್ಷಿಕ ಯೋಜನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆ ವಾರ್ಷಿಕ ಯೋಜನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ
and then gently returning the attention back to the breath. Again, continuing to focus the attention on the breath. There may be stimulus for the mind to wander, for attention to move, recognizing it, and immediately bringing the attention back to the breath. In the same way, there may be a kind of boredom or waiting or discomfort from which the mind wants to move away into something interesting. Recognizing it, bringing the attention back to the breath, not fighting. It is simply understanding the movement of attention and the reason for distraction. In this way, building the attention control, not just during attention practices, but during our day-to-day activities as well. Having a sense of curiosity and recognizing how the attention moves, how the distraction happens, how the instant gratification works, understanding it. It's awareness of how the attention moves, following the attention, during our day-to-day activities. This is how we move from distraction, restlessness, towards presence in this moment. Instant gratification pulls attention outward. Mindfulness brings it back to the present moment. Mindfulness is choiceless awareness of what is as is, without trying to change the experience. Can we notice where is the attention in this moment? Is it still on the breath? And can we move the attention intentionally and slowly open the eyes? The clarity is not found, it is simply revealed when attention steadies and when attention moves intentionally. We'll just do an interesting mini demo. If you have a mobile, just open it. Don't unlock it, but just hold it in your hand. Notice if there is a tendency to unlock and see what is the time and if there are any messages, any tendencies, any urges. And these are the same things, the same mechanism behind distraction, task switching, instant gratification, the three things that we discussed. Whatever you pay attention to becomes your reality. Just be careful. Attention shapes the experience and that becomes our reality. Guard it with care and choose the attention carefully. Life is all about attention. It is a very precious resource. Let's not waste it on the things unintentionally. If we are doing something intentionally, that is fine. Thank you, everyone, for being. Anyone would like to share any quick thoughts, please?
Thanks a lot, sir. But very often during the course of the day, we get carried away. So how do we be persistent about it?
Yeah, there are distractions, task switching, instant gratifications all the time happening. And there are things around the world that are trying to attract my attention and grab my attention. All the time they are happening. But when we start noticing the attention, the movement of the attention, when we start paying attention to where it moves, then that indulgence will reduce. Because I will recognize attention has wandered very quickly, maybe within 5 seconds, 10 seconds, it will be recognized. Otherwise, for hours together, I'll be watching something. I just open mobile, some messaging comes, and then suddenly enter into WhatsApp, and from their status, from there to some reels. Don't know when 2 hours passed, right? Does it happen?
Yeah.
One reel after another reel, one after another reel.
Yes, sir.
So there is nothing wrong about it, but the problem is we are not tracking our attention. So our attention is completely grabbed, hijacked by those external things. So the moment we start practicing, we start following the attention, we will know, yes, my attention is grabbed, bringing it back. That is the power.
The practice or habit like to make both how?
Yeah, it will by default attention wanders. That's the default mode network. Attention wanders based on whatever is able to grab it. But we have a power where we can manage the attention. So making attention follow our intention. moving attention as far as possible intentionally. Of course, it moves because of distractions, it moves, and then recognizing, yes, it has moved, it got distracted. Maybe after 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, we'll come to know, and then bringing the attention back to where we intend it to be. Sorry, Rupaji, you wanted to say something?
According to you, the experience what we made today, multitasking is not a good option of living style, no, sir?
Not according to me, madam. It's according to your experience. What did you feel? It was just an invitation to practice
No, sir.
multitasking in two
what we
ways.
uh,
And you practiced and you explored and saw the difference between the two.
but you told us also what are the advantages and disadvantages regarding both also, how it goes, how it happens.
Yeah, what I told was that it's scientifically, it's a myth. We have a single processor. What we call multitasking, it is actually a rapid switching between the tasks. Attention is switching between the tasks rapidly. It is not doing both the things at the same time, but it is switching, the attention is being switched rapidly between the two tasks. And we think that we are working on both the tasks simultaneously. So that switching thing has cost. It's effort based. And because of that reason, you needed a lot of concentration also just to do that multitasking.
Yes, sir. But sometimes in life, in this busy life, we have to be multitasking, no, sir?
Yeah, right, madam. After understanding that I am doing multitasking, that is, I am doing multiple works, not at the same time, but switching the attention, reducing those switches as far as possible.
Okay.
Because unnecessarily we tend to do multitasking, so-called multitasking. We are already doing something, at the same time we pick up something else. We pick up, for example, phone. We'll start scrolling in the phone, even though we are doing something else already. And in the same way, we are walking, for example, it's a monotonous task. So the mind feels like it needs some instant gratification. So let me make a phone call to somebody and keep talking while walking. That's multitasking. The problem is that there is no connection between the mind and the body, that awareness and the attention is missing, and we don't get the best benefit of walking when we do that, because attention is split between our talking and walking.
Correct.
We don't enjoy it actually when we do it with one task. When we start enjoying it, it's altogether different experience.
People walking with their phones on in the walking tracks, I'll be wondering, but still, I don't know. Is it
Yeah,
right
it feels like boring, so they need instant gratification. So they switch to music or phone call.
And as you gave me the example regarding the wants and really we need it, or is it just to satisfy our this thing? Recently, I went through one video saying that when a child asks you something to buy them, just give them 3 days time, and how the want or desire to buy that will change into we don't need it actually in our lives.
Yes, madam. Yeah. Most of the things it happens, so we just buy it because of instant gratification without any plan for it, for the use, how exactly we'll be using it. Same thing with food also, just out of instant gratification. We just have a cup of tea. I'm sitting idle, I don't have any work to do now. Okay, let me go and have a cup of chai. Right? And after drinking tea, we might feel it was not required.
Correct, sir.
And eating food also, if I eat, say, 2 chapatis because something is good, I eat 3 or 4. Later on, I realized, it was not satisfactory. That third one and fourth one did not give, it was not as satisfying as I expected it to be.
It was not needed.
Yes. Yeah. So we just tend to do it instant gratification. The mind thinks, yes, from this I'll be getting instant gratification, and there the wisdom is blocked completely. It easily deviates, and without our knowledge, we end up doing it.
So much to understand and train our minds, no, sir. How much we have gone through all these years, we don't know. We are just living with that.
Yeah, there is no controller. It's all being controlled. The world is controlling our attention. Experiencing is happening. Action is happening. That's it.
Yes, that
So,
is
but
all.
we have
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
the moment we start controlling the attention, start managing the attention, the life will change. We will take the control back from the world to ourselves. Yeah, sorry, Ramakrishna ji, you were saying something.
No, it is absolutely fine. Right, that is controlling.
The last statement you did, no, sir. The same, I know, off late, I've stopped shopping things and purchasing, like, I've stopped myself.
Yeah, when the wisdom starts arising, we stop many such things.
This is not
Very
needed.
unnecessary.
Why do we need this unnecessary buying things?
That's true. And many people buy because they feel happy about it. Like they swipe the card and they use, they hear some sound. It feels good to them. And anything new comes in their house, it feels good to them. Even though its utility might be questioned, but still it feels like, yeah, new thing, it has come. They just simply might replace it or throw the old ones. It's a instant gratification, a style of instant gratification for many people.
Aji, one question here, like you need to practice or habit, like controlling?
No, the habit pattern is default. The mind will wander, our attention will move to whatever is more attractive to it by default. It is designed that way.
Okay.
Intentionally, we need to recognize it, need to monitor the attention and bring the attention based on our intention, not allow it to wander freely. Because otherwise, it just wanders based on whatever is able to attract it.
Got it.
So build awareness, that's the one thing that will take you to the next level.
Yes, awareness about our attention. Yeah.
Sir, any technique to bring back our attention to whatever, like I'm doing cooking or something, so my mind will wander. It will go to office, something happens. How to, as you said, it may be half an hour, 40 minutes, 1 hour. Any technique is there to bring back to the current this one, sir?
Yeah, that's a good question, madam. That's what is awareness. Once we start enjoying the present moment awareness, that embodiment, body is always here, the mind might wander, feeling and sensing part of the body. Like if I am washing the dishes, feeling it, sensing it, noticing the sound, the color of it all, whether cooking or cleaning or whatever the work I am doing. When I do it with the body, with embodiment, there is no chance for the body to think about something else. The mind can get distracted, but when we pay full attention to whatever we are doing in this present moment, once we start liking it, automatically the mind wandering will reduce. For example, it could be as simple as walking. Once I start recognizing the power of walking attentively, the strength of walking attentively, the benefit of walking attentively, even 100 meters, then the mind wandering will reduce because it starts getting the gratification in this moment. If it doesn't get gratification, that a kind of happiness or joy, if it doesn't get a kind of joy in cooking in this present moment, then automatically mind will try to get the instant gratification from somewhere else. It could be from the memory of the past or imagination about the future, anything, whatever triggers. So it's basically practice, practice, practice. And we have further practice in the night, 9:30 in Kannada, in the morning, 4:30 every day, attention practices, mainly meditation practices. Yeah, just the practicing helps us to understand how the attention is not under control, so that we can be more attentive towards it. Otherwise, most of the people will not even come to know about it, even if they live for 90 years or 100 years without knowing anything. Their attention is completely controlled by outside elements. They will end up with life. They never try to control the attention also. For me also, nobody told attention needs to be controlled or managed, and this is happening until recently.
After your joining class, so many things we learned, sir. We know how the things will go on in our mind.
Yes, yes. That is natural, most natural. And as Ramakrishna ji was also saying about it, like, that's the default habit pattern, and that's happening. Let us accept it. The mind is designed in this way. The brain is designed in this way. But we have a power of attention, power of awareness, noticing how the attention is moving, where it is moving. That's it. It will be taken care of. The present moment, the presence, the awareness, the attention, and the beingness.
Sorry, here that is the reason they told best is japa, like that is the main initially, like to control habit of mind. The main started japa that automatically controls the mind.
Sorry, sir, what was that?
Japa, like
Meditation, he's saying.
to control the mind, the start is the japa that at least for like 48 days, that helps to control the initial stage of mind.
Yeah, and there are different things, like there is a karma kanda and there is a jnana kanda. So whatever the rituals we are practicing, be it japa or prayer or chanting something or doing something like puja and all, these are all part of karma kanda. Only Jaimini Maharshi in entire spectrum of Vedas recommends it. Most of the others recommend Jnana Kanda, which is second half of Vedas, like Upanishads and forest treaties, Aranyakas. Samhitas and Brahmanas are related to Karma Kanda. So it's not that it is wrong. It helps, but it is very basic one. Japa, mantra, chanting and all. They're all basic ones. You can go on chanting without having attention, right, sir?
Yeah.
1,000 times you can say Gayatri Mantra without having any attention.
Or no, even
No need to count. No,
yeah,
sir?
attention, like whatever they even do chanting with attention of.
Why do you want to do that, sir? When you are with Upanishads, when you are with Jnana Kanda, most of the others, be it Shankara, or Buddha, or Basavanna, or Mahavira, or most of the people, the Vivekananda, nobody recommended Karma Kanda. See, again, it becomes habit pattern only, right?
Yes.
How do we know that I am chanting attentively? And why do you need to do? See, the Samhitas and Brahmanas are Karma Kanda because we are doing something there. And here what we are talking is not doing. It is noticing. It is observing. It is exploring. Exploring something that is already happening.
Yes, yes, yeah, got it.
It's not doing. That's about Upanishads or Buddhas. All are pointing to the same thing, be it Vedantic or Buddha or Patanjali. Patanjali also doesn't have anything related to Karma Kanda, except that Om chanting, but he gives it an altogether different perspective. Everything else in Patanjali Yoga Sutra is all about Jnana Kanda only.
Yes, sir, yes.
I'm not saying japa is bad, japa is helpful, but it's very in the initial stage.
Yeah, initially like.
Yeah, a very initial stage, and some people will not be able to understand Jnana Kanda. For them, they keep on doing japa, and that's where the progress level will also be very much limited. Because they'll just do japa out of fear or out of some benefits. They'll get some benefit out of it, so they will do it. Not because of exploring the reality of what is happening, not about witnessing what is happening. See here, whatever we are talking about, these are all more about witnessing, not very less about doing something, trying to change something, trying to fix something. No. Once we start recognizing, once we start understanding how the attention is moving, where it is moving in this moment, how it is getting distracted, that's enough. It will get fixed automatically on its own.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right. Very interesting discussion. I continued with English because not many people from Canada joined, I think. Quite a few of them joined the English session itself. All right, we can continue to discuss in the chat also, WhatsApp chat. So it's all about exploration. It's not about lecture. I'm not an expert here. I just share my experiences. And let us not judge anything. This is right, this is wrong, this is good, this is bad, and all. So everything has its own benefits. Let's move on in this path with a sense of awareness, presence, and beingness. Thank you everyone for being. Have a very happy full moon. Still, full moon is up in the sky.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, really.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Each time we learn something nice.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Wonderful. Thank you, sir. Yeah, if you can share your experiences in the group chat, that will help others also to participate.